It's your boy King Down 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. So hit that like and subscribe, become part of the kingdom. And more anti-black racism. I just did a reactionary video to Tommy Tuberville. And I also ironically did a video maybe a couple months back about this very thing that my people, B1 community, need to be aware of. Like anti-black racism or racism, out racism, don't just come from white people. It comes from Mexicans too. And this is a man who family members have Mexican descent, are married to Mexican people, and I love all my family members, even the newly acquired family. I love them unconditionally, and I got a few Mexican friends that I fuck with tough. This has come from a man who believes that if black and brown were to unite, man, we would get our agendas that we want personally as each community. We would get our agendas done so quickly if we were to truly respect each other and work together. But we gotta keep it real. Gotta get these skeletons out these closets. Like shit like this. When I say shit like, man, you better talk to the niggas in jail high and let them tell you how Mexican feel. Got videos everywhere. They had a hood LA rapper dude say, I would never sign to a black label because I don't want no black person over my music. I'm like, bro, that shit sound real. Southern white racist from a Mexican in California. No, I can recognize it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, that's how they really feel. And the video I did was about the highest lawsuits about discrimination in LA or California was black people being discriminated against Mexican people in the workplace. Mexican people own the company and they discriminate black people. Then they got this narrative that black people don't want to do the hard jobs as Mexicans want to do the hard jobs. In this company, they hiring people qualified to run the machines, not allowing them to run machines, paying the black people less, and making them sweep floors. And I'm like, I'm in the video like, I thought y'all said y'all ain't had no problem with sweeping floors. But now y'all get on it, bit y'all hire black people, then y'all call them N-word on the job and shit, talking about them in Mexico. Say, bro, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you go see the video so y'all don't think I'm just making this shit up. Like, I'm like, man, y'all gotta be aware of this, bro. Yeah, I wanna work with them, but it's shit gotta be discussed and changed and talked about. Like, I'm not exempt just because it got this term POC. No, I'm FBA all day. And I ain't mean for that to rhyme. Let's get to this CNN report on Nury Martinez and this. And then the power they will. Just pay attention to this shit. Here leaked audio of ex-city council president. She stepped down as president, but she's still on the council. I don't know if she's still on the council as of right now. What it look like, because then it should a year ago. See how, like, for a whole year, and probably before then, you've been dictating, deciding the policies of the city, and you felt this way about black people.
Back now on the politics lead, the president of the Los Angeles City Council has resigned that position, the presidency, following the release of a secretly recorded conversation during which she used a vile racist slur to refer to the child of a fellow council member. This happened in a conversation about redistricting and the possible impact on communities of color. CNN's Nick Watt reports on the growing fallout from these remarks as calls intensify for her to step down from the council altogether.
Mike Bonin is an LA City Council member and father to a young black son. Last year, they went to an MLK Day parade. City Council President Nury Martinez had some issues.
It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's.
Say, bro, it's like every time I hear that, I've seen these clips quite a few times. But every time they get to the part where they say it happened at an MLK parade, it just seems so fucking ironic. Like, is this real? This Mexican lady is talking about the behavior of a little black kid at an MLK parade. Like, maybe I just got a twisted personality. Like, that's so fucking ironic.
To a young black son. Last year they went to an
You-
MLK Day parade.
This how you supposed to act, black boy.
City Council President Nury Martinez had some issues.
It's like black and brown on this float, and then there's this white guy with this little black kid who's misbehaved. The kid is bouncing off the effing walls on the float, practically tipping it over. There's nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito.
Translation, little monkey.
Little monkey. Maybe if he had a black dad around there, he'd have be able to control him. You got a white dad and Mexican people on the floor with him. Maybe some black man should have just like sit your little ass down. But it's just all right to me. They raising him like a little white kid. Oh my God.
Nothing you can do to control him. Parece changuito.
Translation, little monkey.
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like, this kid needs a beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner and then I'll bring him back.
You hear how she sound, bro? She sound like some old New York Latina. You hear me? You hear me? Like, ain't she supposed to be a council lady? These people be ratchet too. I'm sorry, I forget. They be from the community. They could be just as ghetto as us. All racist.
Bonin tweeted that Martinez attacked our son with horrific racist slurs and talked about her desire to physically harm him. It's vile, abhorrent, and utterly disgraceful. There were protests at her house. Today she resigned as council president. She issued this apology. In a moment of intense frustration and anger, I let the situation get the best of me, and I hold myself accountable for these comments. For that, I am sorry. Recorded nearly a year ago, the audio was posted anonymously on Reddit, first reported by the Los Angeles Times. Those present were, reports the paper, all Democrats, all Hispanic. Among them, Labor leader.
All Democrats. So when I tell you Democrats don't mean a black community shit. Nor the conservatives. We need to be in our own political party. That's when I'm talking about uniting with the brown. Y'all get your own political party, because I'm not blind to what it is. Every race got their own self-interest. You want your people protected? I want my people protected. I can fuck with that. Okay? But I ain't fucking with no. If we gonna continue, I'm not gonna be fucking with no smile in your face. Basically, white supremacist tactics and ideals coming from somebody who gonna fake like he my brother. I ain't fucking with that. I got my own brothers to deal with that shit. I'm not. No. Just tell me what your intention is. You don't want to fuck with me. It is what it is. And I'm gonna remember that when we, you know what I'm saying? We shake to the top like we supposed to. Remember that shit.
Herrera. He's tweeted, there is no justification and no excuse for the vile remarks made in that room, period. And I didn't step up to stop them. He did not. And when Martinez described Bonin's son as an accessory, according to the paper, he joined in.
It's an accessory. When we do the MLK parade.
They used to have those statues in plantations.
And then when Nury brings her Goyard bag or the Louis Vuitton bag,
That last voice, Council member Kevin De Leon. He's got big ambitions. Ran for mayor this year and the U.S. Senate seat in 2018. I regret appearing to condone and even contribute to certain insensitive comments, he wrote. I fell short of the expectations we set for our leaders.
created with Envato Elements, the industry secret, the creator's key.
Now, this audio tells us...
Boy, you trying to get that black vote. That was a very political answer. But you done lost it, bro.
Couple of things. The first is the kind of language that some politicians are happy to use when they think nobody is listening. And also, it tells us about the deep divisions amongst the left of center leaders here in Los Angeles. Now, Nury Martinez is the child of Mexican immigrants, but she says this about immigrants from the Mexican state of Oaxaca. She calls them short, little, dark people. And she says of the Cuban American district attorney here in LA, she says, F that guy. He's with the blacks. John?
He's with the blacks. You put a stamp on that, huh, Miss Martinez? Oh, fuck him. He with the blacks. How can we align with somebody who fucking feel like that? Like, damn. I can't go in front of the brotherhood and be like, man, I lie with the brown people, brothers. Man, nigga, you ever been to jail? No, I haven't. You right. Man, you know how they be discriminating against us when they get a little power. Man, you right. Damn.
All right, Nick Watt in Los Angeles. Nick, thank you so much for that. Want to discuss now John Avlon, CNN senior political analyst. Racist enough to resign the presidency, but not racist enough to give up your whole council seat? Explain to me how tenable that is.
She's trying to walk the line. She's trying to say, look, I'm going to acknowledge it was wrong, which is more than some politicians do, take herself out of leadership, but try to hold on to this seat and hope that she can live another political day. I think that the problem is as Nick alluded, look, character is what you do when people aren't watching.
Exactly.
And these folks were caught on tape being racist.
It's weird to me, bro. Like, I don't know. I say a lot of inappropriate shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't recall or feel like as though I say derogatory shit about people when ain't nobody watching. Like, I don't say the F word. I don't discriminate against other races. It just don't cross my mind to sit around talk about little Mexican kids. Man, you seen that little Mexican kid, how bad he was? Like, to me, it'll be like, man, you seen how bad that kid was? That was my kid. I'd have whooped his ass. Now, oh, man, you seen how bad that little white kid was? I mean, that just, you get what I'm talking about? Like, sometimes that's because maybe some people ain't parents, you understand? Like, it ain't, yeah, it don't really matter the race of the kid. The kid could be a misbehaving kid. Sometimes it matters gender, but there's a lot of reasons why a kid may be misbehaving, like parental structure, fathers, mothers, a lot of things. He might be ADHD or whatever that fucking hyperactive shit is. I call it just being a boy that been trying to drug out masculine out of our children with them drugs. You don't get me started on this shit. Like, ain't nothing wrong with them kids. I just gotta teach them different.
And loathsome and cruel about the child of one of their colleagues. And it's just unacceptable.
I heard you during the whole piece, Danielle Belton, Huffington Post. We were watching Nick's piece there in the wrap-up, and I could just hear you sighing again and again and again.
Well, because it's just so familiar. I mean, the reality is there is a lot of anti-black racism that exists across all aspects of our society, including on the left, including within the Hispanic community. And so I wasn't surprised, but I was heavily disappointed and horrified by this behavior. But often what goes around in the dark will eventually come to light, and that's what's happened in this situation.
This is the part that the sort of comeuppance, the karma of technology in our politics, right? So much has been brought to light, has been brought to for all of us to see, from horrific murders to horrific language behind closed doors. And to the point about characterize what counts when you're behind closed doors.
Who is this? I don't like her. I don't like her face. She's smiling too much. I don't like that. Like, I don't know why. It's just turning me off. Why the fuck is she smiling like that? What the fuck? Is this funny to you, white lady? You find this amusing? Feel like Joe Pesci right now. Look at this shit.
And that's what's happened in this situation.
This is the part that the sort of comeuppance, the karma of technology in our politics, right? So much has been brought to light, has been brought to for all of us to see, from horrific murders to horrific language behind closed doors. And to the point about characterize what counts when you're behind closed doors, this technology has become the ultimate accountability. We would never know that she had said that had somebody not recorded it and put it out to the world.
So there's
not possible now.
There's racism behind closed doors. Then there's racism at a podium.
Yeah.
Right in front of thousands of people, and that's what we call this the racism roundup today. And I make a joke of it, but it's sad. It's sad. Alabama Senator.
I already made a video about this, but I'm gonna let it continue.
Tommy Tuberville, at a Trump event, was giving this speech where he just equated black people with criminals. Listen.
They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. They are not owed that.
See, bro, I put my granddaddy, if he was still alive, in a 1v1 against him, he'll beat the brakes off you, Tommy. I won't touch it because you too old. But like, I'm that type of nigga. Like, you gotta prove what you talking about with these fists. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you talking a lot of mad shit, son. And we ain't on the same level. I think, like, Tommy, I'll wash you. I might be in my 40s. But, like, you, like, in your 60s, 70s, that'd be like, abuse of the old folks. But my granddaddy, he'll be around 75, 80 around. Man, he'll wash you, bro. Like, man, because every time I see this, I'm like, man, old school. Somebody just need to sock his ass in the mouth. Look how red he is. He believe this shit. I ain't say this in my reactionary video. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit.
They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. They are not owed that.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Man, you can't say that no more. That's old school. Can't be on no Fred Sanford shit no more. This.
He thought this statement helped him politically. He walked up on this stage, presumably,
that's the honeymoon,
with the goal of saying that out loud in front of all these people. What does that tell you?
Well, it tells me that we've gone beyond dog whistles at this point. Like, we're actually calling the dog by its name. We're shouting it out very excitedly and vociferously with no shame whatsoever. And that's a huge problem right now going on within the Republican Party, especially those who have decided to hew so closely to Trump and to basically follow him completely off the edge of this cliff here when it comes to talking about race and gender and ethnicity in this country.
I mean, surely there'll be an outcry.
And you know what? This is why I attack black conservatives. Okay, the Candace Owens, the Officer Tatum, the black conservative perspective. They're going to defend it. They're going to say, what was the lie? These criminals, these this. You're not going to call the white man out for racism. Because it's blatant and clear racism. But they will go after every little indiscretion a black person does. See what I told you? See what I told you? He had a toothpick in his mouth at the train station. And he spit it on the ground. He had a right to get shot in the head by 18 police officers. Man, the fuck? Oh, my God. Let's continue.
And surely there'll be an outcry across the political spectrum, even among Republicans, about this. Yes?
Deafening in the last 24 hours. No. There has been an absence of an outcry. Don Bacon on Meet the Press went the furthest to us saying, well, I would have been trying to be more polite. This is the kind of crap that would make Lee Atwater blush.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is screaming.
I want y'all to pay attention to how passionate he got when he talk about the racism came from the white man, as opposed to racism came from the Mexican. Like he was kind of like stoic and somber. Nah, he like, man, this is what I can talk about. Racist ass white men.
Of reparations, crime, and racism, and the crowd cheered, and his Republican Senate colleagues have not condemned. And that's the problem.
With a little bit of like,
Still that
you know,
goof
the
ass
really
smile.
racist, you know, communism weaved in that you get in the South as well. Like they're trying to take everything you have and redistribute it for themselves. I mean, it's like kind of the trifecta of racism too.
I don't mean to be cynical, but can you sit here and tell me you don't think it will help or you think it will hurt?
In that crowd, for the base of the Republican Party, which is, to your point, melded with Trump and is just, you know, saying it out loud, no, that rallies them up. That's fine. But where is the Lisa Murkowski? Where are the Where is Mitt Romney? Where are those who differentiate themselves and distinguish from that? Because I know they don't condone that, but they need to say it.
They need to say it and stand up and say it, no matter even if you're a month out from the election. But we are in a general election now. This isn't just about playing to the base. They need to win moderates and independents and swing voters, and that kind of crap's not going to help.
Let me just, while we're on this subject, before we move on to something uplifting, Kanye West on his Twitter account said something, again, it's just
I'm done with this. I don't want to talk about Kanye. I said I ain't talk about him no more. I don't even want to say his name. He like Voldemort, goddammit. One who must not be spoken or said or named. You know, like that TV show I don't talk about no more with the flying dragon bitch queen and the snow dude. Catch my meaning. I don't speak on these people no more. I'm not gonna speak his name no more. I'm gonna say North, South, East, W. And the Jewish people gonna handle it. Like he can disrespect black people all he want. He can shit on us. He can say what he want. Oh, I got mental health issues. Oh, I got free speech. Oh, I'm a free thinker. I'm a creative. Oh, you done crossed the line now, nigga. Now they about to crush your ass. It's cool to fuck with the niggas. Now you played around with the Jewish people. Now they about to shut your ass up and shut you fuck down. And I ain't, and because you alienated yourself against your own people, we do not care. Sorry. Kanye West does not care about black people. Damn. End this shit on an ironic note. Hit that like, subscribe, become part of the kingdom.